Good evening. My name is Tom Johnson. I live at 105 Northwest 14th Street here on the island. I've been on the island since August of 2004. And my career in law enforcement brought me here as chief of police. Retired in December of 2006. I'm from Shelby, North Carolina, Cleveland County, the other side of the state. I grew up in Cleveland County, but I'm originally from South Carolina, so I'm an old Spartanburg boy. My background in law enforcement began in the United States Air Force. I served 4 years with tour duty in Vietnam. I left there and became an officer with Shelby PD, worked my way up the ranks to lieutenant. I left there and went to South Carolina as chief of police. Got out for a couple of years, went back into it, and with the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office, was just an old slick sleeve deputy and loved it. The sheriff had better ideas and ended up heading up the investigations division at the Sheriff's Office. Again, my career brought me down here as chief, and I retired down here. Now, I am the long-term property manager for Oak Island Accommodations. I've been with them since January of 2007. I do have a license in real estate. I do dibble-dabble as far as the buyer's representative every once in a while. But my main concern is property management. I've got about 130 houses on this island that I manage for property owners. I have a master's degree from the University of South Carolina. I am the first criminal justice graduate from Gardner-Webb University when they began their program. I have a 2-year degree in criminal justice from Cleveland Community College, and I have a 2-year degree in paralegal technology from Gaston Community College. I have no prior experience as far as politics is concerned, other than if you count the politics that you have to deal with as a law enforcement officer. I'm married to my wife back here in the back, Evelyn, and we've been married 38 years next month. We have a daughter, Stacy. She's 29. She's married. She's been married 5 years. And I'm literally waiting on a telephone call for my first grandchild. It is due any time, and we are tickled to death about that. I am a Democrat, but unlike a lot of my other friends up here, I don't vote a straight party line. I vote for who I feel like can do the job to the best of their ability. A most admired politician. There are several politicians that I like over the years, some we don't like. But one politician that stood out in my mind was a gentleman I met when I was chief of police down in South Carolina. His name was Strong Thurman. Heck of a guy. Totally dedicated to law enforcement, emergency services, and was forever helping us with anything we had down there. He was a great asset to the state of South Carolina, and as you know, he served in the United States Senate, and I think he was a great asset to our country. The car I have is a 2005 Jeep Cherokee, about 80,000 miles on it. Next was what sets me apart from my opponents. Again, I'm like my fellow candidates up here. They're not opponents. We're all interested in serving the town of Oak Island. We all want to do our best to make this place a great place to live, a great place for our visitors and our tourists who come in here and spend a whole lot of money every year. And that's what all of us are interested in, is making this town the best we can make it. Strongest attributes. I'm the type of person that I was often referred to as the go-to man. In the military, law enforcement, if somebody needs something done, they came to me, and I got it done. So if I'm elected to town council, I'm going to jump in there. We're going to tackle these projects. We're going to tackle the issues that face us. It's going to be down the road facing our kids, our grandkids, or whoever else is on the council from years down the road, or whoever moves to this island. We're going to tackle these issues, and we're going to solve them. One way or another, we're going to solve these issues. Most unusual thing about me. I had a lot of unusual things during my career in law enforcement, and I really had to think about these things a little bit. Some of them were a little embarrassing, to say the least. But I guess one of the greatest unusual things about me, you know, all law enforcement officers are taught how to do CPR. And I've done CPR on some people that lived and some that didn't make it. But the most unusual one was a dog. This is a true story. The lady that lived across the street from us in Shelby had one of these little small terriers, about the size of Reese's dog. She had it in the backyard one day, and she was cutting grass, and she had it on one of these tether lines. And the dog ran out in front of her. She crossed the tether line, and this thing pulled the dog up to the with a lawn, and it will literally kill it. Thank you.
Well, can you hear me now? Okay. Okay, I want to thank the Senior Center for hosting our forum tonight, first of all. And I want to thank you for being here tonight. You love Oak Island, that's why you're here. That's why I'm here too. My name is Betty Thorne. I live at 2501 East Beach Drive, and I've been here about 6 years. And I previously lived in Carrick. As for my age, well, next month I'll be eligible for Medicare. So I bet you can figure it out. I'm a graduate of Meredith College in Raleigh. I am a court reporter, and I own a court reporting agency. Building that business has occupied my time for about the last 30 years, and now it's at the point that it pretty much runs itself. But before that, I served on the town council for the town of Oxford, North Carolina, which is a town about the same size as Oak Island. It is this unique combination of public service background and business management background that I feel qualifies me to serve on the Oak Island Town Council. My son Alex is 28 and lives outside of Washington, D.C. He's a CPA and works for Ernst & Young, one of the big 4 accounting firms up there. My sister, Kathy Glover, lives right here in Oak Island, and she has proven to be the best campaigner ever. Thank you, Kathy. As for my political affiliation, being a business owner has made me a very conservative money manager, and I have done that for 30 years. So you can call me a blue dog Democrat, but I am a fiscal conservative. My most admired politician is Abraham Lincoln. I drive a Honda. I think my experience as a member of the Oxford Town Council gives me a unique perspective that perhaps the other candidates don't have. Having seen how this process works in another town gives me the ability to recognize what works well and what may not be working so well for us. My strongest personal attribute is my ability to listen, to hear what you're saying. If you haven't heard what folks are really saying, you can't address the issues they're asking you to address. Clear, effective communication is key to our ability to work together and reach common ground. The most unusual thing about me that people don't know is I am a huge NC State fan. Used to be a Wolfpack Club member, season ticket holder. Thank you, Wolfpack Club. And these days I have to catch the games on TV, but if the Pack's playing, I'm on it. And now we come to the issues portion of my presentation. And I have 3 issues I'm going to try to hit. Number 1 is our need to keep life affordable for us all. We enjoy a wonderful small town, family beach way of life here, and it needs to be protected. One of the ways that we can do that is by controlling our spending and paying down our debt. To that end, I will vigorously oppose any new spending initiative and instead focus on paying down debt so we can improve our overall financial picture. The second issue is the need for long-range planning. The land we have just annexed across the waterway is largely undeveloped. So we have the opportunity now to get it right the first time. We need to plan for growth in this area that will be compatible with that small town family beach atmosphere that I just talked about. So no more annexation. Let's focus instead on getting a good solid plan in place for our new area. Part of that planning must include going to the legislature and asking that permanent height restrictions be placed on this island. Or at least, if not that, height restrictions that can only be changed by a voter referendum of the voters who live in the island portion of our town. And that process needs to be started sooner rather than later. And finally, as elected officials, we need to hear your voice. We need to listen to you. You deserve to know that your representatives are representing you and carrying out your agenda. You also deserve to know that your leaders will speak the truth, will serve with honor and integrity, and will keep their promises. As your elected representative, that is what I will do. Thank you very much.